along to today's United Kingdom talk. Oh, something should have happened there, shouldn't it? Where's my bit of music gone? I must have hit the button marginally. You see, you've got to press these buttons, definitely. None of this namby-pamby, just there's no touch buttons. I haven't got a touch screen or anything like that. You've got to push the buttons properly. Shall we try again? End of rehearsal. Do you want me to do the whole thing again? Oh, please, please. We'll just have the end bit. I'll try again. You ready? Take two. Welcome along to today's United Kingdom... No, that's wrong, isn't it? What are we going to do today? A warm welcome along. We can't just be welcome along. It has to be a warm welcome along, like with hot water bottle. Or, of course, if you have an extended heating system like me, now using 2 hot water bottles. So here we go. A warm 2 hot water bottle welcome along to United Kingdom Talk.
From the Mirrorball studio in Royal Berkshire, this is Chris Reardon.
There we are, that's better. Sorry about that. I like to get it all properly done, you know that. Hello, Chris Reardon with you, United Kingdom Talk. It's another programme, yet another hour of me meandering along the river, not quite sure where I'm going. And by the way, those of you watching on YouTube may, I hope, notice an increase in the quality of the picture. Now, is this because I've managed to get the new webcam to function as I wanted it to do? No, actually it's not. This is a little webcam that I've got, and I'd completely forgotten all about it. It's an I bought this in I think I bought this in Australia, actually, about 2 years ago. And the reason I bought this was because while I was in one of those it was an internet cafe in Melbourne, actually. And while I was sitting in there, I noticed that they had these webcams, and I was having a couple of web conferences, I think with a friend of mine in London and also my sister while I was over there. And I was impressed by the quality of the picture from this particular cam. And it's an odd-looking thing. Unfortunately, of course, you can't see it because I'm using it. But it's like a red... It's red. It's a round red thing on like a piece of... No, what's that stuff called? Gooseneck. Do you know what gooseneck is? It's like a metal stuff, and you can bend it into shape. And at the bottom is like a foot. It's only got 4 fingers. Mind you, my feet are a bit odd as well. Did I ever show you? Eh? Oh, well, let me get them out and describe them for you. My feet, I don't know if I'll be able to... you see, my toes are actually... Just a minute. My toes are actually joined together in the middle. I've got, like, webbed feet. They are. They got little dinky toes in the middle. Look, and they're like webbed feet. They're not quite long. Can you see? They're like stubs more than toes, my feet. I just put my sock back on. Look, don't smell very much, will it? Sorry, I don't want to get cold feet while I'm talking to you. This is the beauty of being able to do your little show in one of your spare rooms at home, you see. I mean, you couldn't do this in the BBC or anything like that, could you? Oh no. Although they're a lot better. They're not as stuffy as they used to. Oh, can you hear that? The hoover. That's my nephew's. Hello. Oh, that's it, isn't it? We've been attacked by the hoover. I'm just doing my programme. Just doing the programme now. Come, Stacey, darling. Come say hello. This is my nephew's girlfriend. Say hello, Stacey.
Hello.
And how long have you been here?
A week, nearly.
You've been here a whole week, haven't you, darling? And what have you been doing?
Decorating. And cleaning.
I don't... What do you mean cleaning? My house is clean.
It is now.
It is very clean, darling. What cleaning? But I didn't... You know, I mean, do you think I work you hard?
No.
Eh? Where's my dear nephew? Bring him in as well. Gary! Oh, go on, tell him what he did this morning. Oh, it was vile. He went... Oh, I don't dare tell you. All I'm going to say... I mean, we don't want to be graphical... But he used the toilet and didn't open the window. Oh, it was awful. What is all that about, Gary? Come up and say hello. Come on. Let's have a family show today. This is lovely. Suko are like this. Do you know Suko? Have you heard? You must have heard her letters. Yes. Suko in New York. Yeah, she loves to see the family. Yeah. Is he coming up? Are we all going to get in here? That's it. Let me move over. In the thing I meant, not the room. What's this lovely little family show today? Yes! Yes, come on! You can carry on the... Why? Has he not got any clothes on? No, he's just got a shower. Put some clothes on. He says put some clothes on. Put a towel round you or something. Oh, dear me. Sorry about this, everyone. But they are here. They've been here a week now. And, well, I'll tell you when they come back. I'll tell you in a minute, all right? When they've gone out of the studio, I'll tell you. Because, to be honest, I shall be quite sad to see them go. I will. Come on. What's he doing?
Oh, I don't know. He's trying to make himself look pretty.
Oh, for God's sake, it's only a radio show. Come on.
Gary?
He's doing his makeup. Is he doing makeup? Oh. You want to be careful, you might be starting to bat for my team.
He said it's the first time he's had a shower and we're trying to get
It
him
is
out
the
of it.
first... It's not, is it? Is this the first time he's had a shower this week here?
No.
That's what that smell is. It's awful. Awful. Come on, Gary, we haven't got all day. And Stacey, what do you do? Because you're starting up your own business, aren't you?
Yeah.
What's all that about then? Come a bit closer to the mic because we can't hear you properly, darling. Sorry, because it... Although I'll turn it up a little bit. There. That'll probably be all right. Go on. Count to 10 for me, so I... Oh, that's it, yeah. You see those lines there?
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't see this or hear this at home, but there's some little flashing lights on the computer screens. It tells me if you're loud enough for people to hear you.
So clever.
Because if you whisper like a mouse, whisper like a mouse. Can you do a mouse noise? You can. Oh, Stacey can do the noises. Everyone, go on. Go on, do it. No. You got to put your head back. Watch. Go on, do it. Yes. What is he doing out there?
know.
Oh,
What are you
anyway,
doing?
tell us about your You're going to do reflexology.
and massage.
Now, how does what got you interested in that then?
I don't know really. I've just always done it for family and friends and Gary and
What is it? I always thought it was something to
reflex-
do with hot stones.
No,
but that's something completely different.
Yeah, reflexology is manipulation of the feet, and they say that your feet have got lots of different zones.
Funnily enough, that's funny. That is right because when you were outside there, you didn't know this. I just got my feet out because look, can I just show you? You don't mind me just showing you this? Look, I want you to have a careful look at my toes, Stacey, because they're not normal.
Right.
But I'm not a normal person anyway, am I?
Right.
How long have you been going out with my nephew now? Is it a year yet?
Yeah, every
Is
year
it
now.
really?
Yeah.
Good. What did he get you as a lovely 1 year anniversary present?
Nothing.
Nothing, no. Well, that's him, isn't it? Right, hang on. Now, I want you to look carefully at my toes there. Look. Can you see how the three toes are joined together in the middle? Look! I have duck feet. I am a duck. Look. Oh, here he is. It's arrived. Look at the little face. There he is.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a clean little boy. Go and have a little snog in front of everyone. That's it.
Yeah.
There he is. It's Gary. It's my nephew, Gary. Look, it's a family programme today, boys and girls. I'm hiding behind the microphone at the moment. Go on, you were going to say about your reflexology. So
Yeah.
what is that? It's manipulation, just the feet?
Yeah. It can be the hands and feet, but the feet's better. They say that you've got this foot
Yeah.
is to do with this side of the body.
Oh, right, yes.
So all there's parts of your feet
Yeah.
that correspond to the different parts of your body, and they say if you manipulate it, it can help your body into natural healing. And things
well, I
like
get
that.
a bit of asthma sometimes.
There is that. For
Well,
that.
come on, get on with it, girl. Get those feet done now.
A stink.
They don't smell. Come on, you go out with my nephew and you say my feet smell. Have you ever experienced? I can't believe it. This is the same nephew, incidentally, boys and girls listening at the moment. Do you remember the one I told you? When I go in the room, it's like this smell hits you and the heat, because the heater's on 24 hours a day in this room. So you've just started doing that.
Yeah.
What made you interested in that then?
I don't know. I needed a different career path from the one that I took before.
What was you doing before?
I worked with adults with autism before,
Right.
and then I had an accident at work and injured my back.
Is that why you stopped doing that, or
Yeah.
did you just not like?
No, that's
because
why
it's
I
not
stopped
for
doing
everyone.
it. No.
You know, it's that business with looking after disabled. Would they be classed as disabled?
Yeah.
Autistic people, disabled people. It's not for everyone. You know, you can either do it or you can't. Autistic people are very intelligent, aren't they?
Yeah, they are very intelligent. Yeah.
Very into everything, like, has to fit in a place, doesn't it? They just can't get it out of their mouths.
That's what I
sort
meant
of thing.
yesterday. I cleaned your cupboard out.
I know. Oh,
Like
yeah,
an
yeah,
autistic
yeah.
person.
He said because Stacey has taken it upon herself to clear my entire kitchen out and everything, haven't you? Come a bit closer, darling.
Yes.
To clear the entire kitchen out. What were you doing while she was clearing the kitchen out?
On the computer, weren't you?
Yes, not doing a lot. Anyway, they're decorating my rooms at the moment. I haven't worked you hard, have I?
No.
I haven't worked you hard.
No.
Got your wages downstairs. Do you think £5 each is too much?
Yes. £2.50 each.
I think you're right. £5 between you. So Reflexology, what do you need? Do you have to buy things to get going? What or is it all hands on feet, or are
It's
there like
all
tools?
hands on feet. You can use tools, but
Like what?
you'd get
Pliers to pull out nails and things like that. Yes, get me a pair of pliers now. Get those nails out. Remove them from my body. They're annoying me. Get them away. Who is it? What?
You can get like roller things that you push, and like you get the big massager roller things that they roll
yes,
on your
I think
back.
I've seen those.
You
Yeah,
can get them for your feet, but I
Could you
think
use a paint roller?
if you want
Go
to
and get
use
the paint roller and do my feet now. Go on, do something to me. Do something to my foot. What can you do to my foot now to improve my life?
to improve your life.
Can you make me look
I can
young
do that
again?
if you. No, I can't make look
I quite
young.
like that.
That,
Oh, no, my nephew's getting jealous now because you're touching
that helps you
Oh.
sleep better.
Oh.
Massaging the end of your big toe.
Yes. At the
Sleep
moment,
better.
Stacey is now massaging the end. Sorry?
End of your big toe.
Of what?
Your big toe.
Oh, the big toe. Stacey is now massaging the end of my big toe. I quite like that. That's very nice. What else is there? Oh, what are you doing now? You're doing something with your two
That.
fingers down at the bottom of the foot. Yes, what's that?
It's all your toes.
Yeah.
All this area.
But you must have to blooming massage some really awful feet.
Oh yeah.
Have you been round to some houses and they're like, oh my God, I'm not touching those? Do you make people wash them first?
I've got an alcohol rub thing. Some people are quite decent and wash their feet.
Well, like me and
before I
Gary,
go.
where we're all
Yeah.
very decent people.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
But some people don't bother, so I've got this really strong alcohol rub, like disinfectant stuff, that rub on their feet.
And what do they say?
First.
Do you just say, oh no, it's all part of the
Yeah.
day? Yeah,
Oh,
so you
yeah.
don't tell them
Oh,
you've got
no.
dirty minging feet. Must be like that with hairdressers though, when you think about it. Oh my God. I bet you people, they start getting a haircut and they see nits. Or nests of nits in there. Oh, that's awful, isn't it? So, how do you build up customers for that?
I sent out loads of letters and...
Come a bit closer, darling.
Oh,
You keep disappearing.
I know.
I think I'm talking to myself here, dear.
You are.
How do you build up customers like that?
I've sent out loads of letters to places like
Right.
elderly care homes and things like that. I've had a couple of responses back from them. Doctors' surgeries, they've got my business cards up in there, and their doctors have said they'll recommend me.
And where is this? What area is this in?
Coningsby and Woodall Spa.
Coningsby, which is in Lincolnshire.
Yeah, just next to
where my
Woodall
sister
Spa.
lives, because you live with my sister, don't you?
Yeah.
Have you done house-to-house leaflets? Have you tried that?
No, not yet. No.
I wonder if that would make any difference. Printing, I mean, it's probably, when I think about it, that's probably the cheapest way of advertising. That and stuff like on the internet, like Facebook and all that. You know, have you got many friends on Facebook?
Yeah, a few, yeah.
Well, there's your first port of call. You type out, right, I'm doing this now, whack it off to everyone. Hasn't cost you a penny. You email your address book, send it to everyone. Because even if one person takes that, that's one customer you've got for nothing.
No, yeah, true.
And the other one is like printing. You could print leaflets. That would be relatively cheap as well. I mean, you could do it at home. Actually, printing black and white leaflets in a printer's isn't that expensive.
I think it's £25 for 500 black and white,
Yeah.
which I thought was quite good.
Then all
so-
you've got to do in a couple of days is go out and literally post them
Yeah.
through the letterbox.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to do that when I come up with mine.
Ah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Post those letters.
Yes.
And we get our little my little nephew Jimmy to do it as well.
little
Be
Jimbo.
quite nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So how many customers you got at the moment?
Oh, God.
And do they come back? It's not a one-off
I do,
thing, is it?
No, I do one lady in Woodall Spa regularly. She has it every fortnight.
Yeah.
My family do it. They pay for that now. And my grandma...
Your family... They
have it done.
Oh, they have it done.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you said they...
No, they have it done.
did.
My grandma, she has it done.
Right. You don't charge them, I hope?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I bet you help yourself to the biscuits while you're in her house, don't you? Has she got a secret cupboard?
No, I don't think she has, actually.
Nanny's secret... Because you know... Gary's
Oh, yeah.
nanny, she has one of his nannies has a secret cupboard.
Oh, yes.
Nanny's secret cupboard. Yes.
Oh, we don't know where it is, do we?
Jimmy knows where it is. Jimmy knows. Yes.
Bless.
Well, that's interesting. That very interesting. Is it a money-making thing to you, or are you into it?
Both.
What's the biggest thing?
I just enjoy doing it.
You enjoy doing it, then
Yeah.
you'll probably be good at it.
Yeah.
Because you see, like you said to me the other day, do you remember yesterday afternoon you said to me, do you make a lot of money DJing? You said to me, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was never the reason I came into it. I came into it because I loved doing it. Not just the DJing. I loved trying to make people smile, perhaps entertaining. Hence this programme. You know, I don't get paid to do this programme at all. But I enjoy doing it. And with the DJing, yeah, I do all right now. But that was never the objective of coming into it. Some people, young lads, come up to me and say, "Oh, I want to be a DJ," and I'm like, "Why?" "Oh, you make loads of money, and it looks really cool." They will never get anywhere.
Wrong reason.
You have got to be totally into it. It's like you were your dents, isn't it?
Dents, yep.
What I can't understand about you, Gary, this is my nephew Gary. What I don't understand about you, right, with your dents, you do all the dents in the cars and that.
Yep.
Why haven't you fixed your own face? Do you like that? Do you like that?
That is lovely.
Gary's been doing you do car dents as well.
Yeah, car
Now,
body
is this?
dents.
But you looked at my car because there's a couple on there,
Yeah.
and that you couldn't do that. But that's not much more of a dent. It's more like a bend
Yeah, it's
in
a
the
bend
door,
on
isn't
the
it?
end of the crease, yeah.
You know, when a
it.
cyclist unfortunately went into it, he was drunk. That cyclist. That's a couple of years ago now. I've never bothered to have it done. Do you know how much they wanted to fix that? £800. I said, forget it. And the look of shock on this bloke's face. He said, "What do you mean, don't bother?" I said, "Don't bother." I said, "Don't bother me." He said, "What, you're not going to have it done?" I said, "Will the car go any faster?" And he's like, "No." I said, "Will it make it any safer?" And he's like, "No." I said, "Well, don't bother then." And I walked off. £800. Do me a favour for a dent.
Yes.
No, it doesn't bother me at all. Do you know, I remember when I was telling people on a previous show, I remember my first car. You remember your first car?
Yep.
Every week, washed and shampooed and polished and everything. Mind you, the car you've got's really nice, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Is it a Vauxhall Astra?
Yep.
With blacked out windows at the back. Yes. No one can see in, but I can see. I've been driving around watching the dear listeners and friends of United Kingdom Talks. Now, so that's your own business as well,
Yes,
isn't it?
it is, yep.
Both of you set up these businesses with the
Prince's Trust.
Prince's Trust. Now, what's that about? Why did you go to them?
Because for people between, what is it 16 or 18?
18 and 30.
18 and 30, if you've got an idea and you want to set up your own business, but you haven't got the money to do it, they'll fund you to do it. And they do. If you have to do it all properly. You have to do a whole business plan and everything like that. And then once you have to go in front of a panel meeting, like a panel meeting, and tell them your idea. And if they think your idea will work and that it's a good idea, you've planned it out properly, they'll fund you.
So that all has to be written down.
Oh yeah, it has to all be there. You have to do cash flow forecasts, everything. You can't just walk in there and say.
This as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
How did you do that? Did your dad help you with all that business?
No, you get. They send.
Your dad helped us a bit, didn't he? But
Yeah.
you get a booklet.
Yes.
But
Why
they'll-
didn't you just go to a bank?
Because with the Prince's Trust,
Yeah.
the interest on... Because half of it is a loan,
Yes.
and half of it is a grant, so you only have to pay half of it back.
Oh, okay.
And the loan, there's only, I think it's like 2% interest, something like that, isn't it?
Oh, that's nothing.
No.
And it doesn't change. The interest stays the same all the time.
And do you have to pay it back in a certain period of time?
Yeah,
or-
you get... Once you've first started, you get some 4 or 5 months.
Yeah. You keep
few
moving away
months.
from it. I know. And it's a bit awkward here. If I just move that would be better like that, wouldn't it? There we are. Go on. I should have done that 10 minutes ago. What an idiot.
You get a few months free,
Yeah.
and then after you've started bringing money in, you start paying £20 back for the first sort of 5-6 months, and then it goes up.
Do they tell you how much they
Yeah,
will
you
lend you,
get-
or do you ask for an amount that you want?
You ask for it, but
Do you get all of it, or do they look and say, well, yeah, you've asked for, I don't know what you asked, you don't have to give me figures, you've asked for, say, I don't know, 2,000?
3,000.
So you've asked for 3,000,
Yeah.
but we're only going to give you 2. Does that happen, or
They
do they
can.
tend to give it?
They do tend to give it, but if they genuinely think no, they don't need that amount of money, then they'll say, well, we only think
Right.
you need this amount. But if you find that you do need more, I think you can go back and apply
can you?
Yeah.
for some more. Yeah.
Is it quite a long process?
No, not really. I think I started mine in the September, didn't I?
What, you
Doing my
started-
business plan and
Ah,
everything
right,
to
yes.
apply for them in September last year, and I'd got the money by the end of November, beginning of December.
Right.
So, but if it depends, some people, they said the gentleman that looked after me and Gary, Ray Drury from the Prince's Trust.
Was it the same bloke? Was it?
Yeah, he looked after
Well,
me
they got their
and
own
Gary.
areas, I suppose.
Yeah,
haven't they?
yeah. They sort of. Oh, what was I saying? I'm like you. I start something and forget what I've said.
It's dreadful, isn't it?
Yeah.
This used to happen to me in a confessional box while I was at church. I said, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned." It was 8 years since my last confession, and then my mind would go completely blank because I'm so good and I do nothing wrong.
Oh, how long is that?
Oh yeah, some
telling us
people,
about- how long- yeah.
drag it out, and it can take up to like
Take up to a year.
up to a year for them to actually get in front of the panel. But if you get on with it and know what you're doing, and you know, and it takes
Where
a
does
couple of
their
months.
money come from? The Prince's Trust is funded
It's a
by what?
charity.
So people just give money, or businesses? Do you know where
I
it comes from?
think it's part of its government, isn't it? And
Yeah.
the other parts, like what you said, charities, businesses.
It's like them tickets you got, the
and
money.
things like, yeah, like them
for the Prince's
from
Trust,
them.
isn't it?
those
Oh,
tickets
yeah,
for the
I
Prince's
forgot all about
Trust.
this. I've got to sell
Those.
these because someone's given me some raffle tickets to sell. Hamptons, who is it? Hamptons International Raffle in aid of the Prince's Trust. Oh, I didn't know that. My mate I just spoke to him on the phone. He said, "Have you sold the tickets yet?" He said, "No." He said, "Well, you'll have to buy them all." I said, "Well, how much is that going to cost?" He said, "20. How many is there? Count these, will you, Gav? I think there's
it's 10 in
is it
each
10 in
one.
each
It
one.
says that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's 10 in each one. Well, it's £20.
Yeah.
I'll probably take some to work tonight and sell them there. Oh, that's interesting.
So, yeah.
You've been doing your car dent business first, weren't you?
Yeah, yeah. It's been nearly a year now.
And is that coming along now?
Yeah, I've got a.
So you started with no customers.
Yeah.
Now, how in a year, where have you got to? You've got all the tools?
Yeah, I've got all the tools.
Did the Prince's Trust buy all those for you?
I had the majority of them before I started the Prince's Trust.
Your dad got
Right.
them for you, didn't
My
he?
dad helped me out with getting them.
Yeah.
I've now got 2 garages I go to every week, and
Sorry, when you say 2 garages, what do you mean by that? Is that like
2 car dealerships.
car dealerships? Yes, okay.
Go to them every week, do all their trade-ins and new cars that come in.
So, new cars?
Yeah, when they come
How do
off,
you get new cars dents?
when the drivers take them off the lorry, they hit them on the side of the lorries.
Just
Oh,
like small
really?
dings
Yeah.
in the side. Yeah, you'd be surprised. A lot of
And that's what you think. And when you repair those dents, is it like, if I was to look at the car, would I ever know that there had been a dent there? Is
No.
it that good?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I remember, I think what they used to do, they used to drill holes in the dents
Yeah,
and then
they
pull
still
them
do
out.
it. Yeah,
They still do that.
yeah, that's more like body shops
Right.
that do that.
You just put suction things on and pull them out. Is there a knack to doing this? Because I just feel that, you pull it and then the paint will just crack.
No, I don't actually use a suction cup. I come from behind the panel and push the dent out from behind
Got
it.
like long rods with different shaped heads on them and stuff like that you can get behind the panel with.
But you have to
and
take all
push
the
it
panel out inside the car, do you?
No, because the rods are that thin, you can go through the gaps. Like
You
if
know
you, on the
where the
door, you
window
lift the
is.
windowsill up and you
Yeah.
just slide it down there.
Oh.
Or if it's on the rear.
Sometimes-
door-
Sometimes if
go
it's
and
a
get
bad
my
dent-
car key. I've got a few of those.
Sometimes if it's a bad dent, you have to take the door panel off,
Oh
don't
yeah,
you?
but 99% of the time, there's always a gap to get in, so you ain't got to take the car apart.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough, isn't it?
Yeah, so.
But you quite like doing that as well.
Oh, I've always liked working with cars.
But you're not making profit yet, are you? Is it going back into the business or what?
Not making profit yet, but
It takes a long while to build
yeah.
things up.
Yeah, so.
It's like when I started the mobile discos, you know, I had to have another job to pay for kind of doing that one. But eventually, if you're as I said right at the beginning, if you're really into it and you keep it going, then that's fine.
That's it, yeah.
And that's it. So thank you for talking then, and
you.
you've done the decorating as well. I'm not working you too hard, am I?
No.
Good.
Not this week.
Thank you. Can I have a cup of tea now, please?
Yes,
Who is
you
it?
may.
Thank you, Stacey. Isn't it lovely to have people here this time of night? It's night time, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. See you
Goodbye.
later. Thank you for hoovering the room. Oh, you've left a bit here. Stacey, can you just do that bit there, please, darling? There's a couple of marks there. Thanks. I don't want to be fussy or anything. Oh, what's happening there? Oh, wait. Yeah, that's it. Oh, well, it's got a bit of... Oh, what's that? Where's that come from? It's some of Gary's pads. Look. Thank you, Stacey. Isn't that lovely? Oh, marvellous. Marvellous. There's a nice little surprise. I was actually intending to bring them in to the show at some point. Although, not quite there, to be honest. Fancy her doing a hoovering. But anyway, they've gone now. And I've got to say, right, I have to tell you that they're going home tomorrow. And I shall blooming well miss them. I will. Talk quietly now. I really will miss them tomorrow because they have been as good as gold. Absolutely as good as gold. Really nice. You know, we had all this thing once about should I perhaps have a lodger again or something like that. I don't know about a lodger. I'm actually having a couple of members of my family. She is family as well, of course. You know, having a couple of members of family stay like that, and it's just so nice. And quite apart from that, I've had my kitchen cleaned. Oh, yes! She's cleaned the kitchen, she's cleaned the cupboards, she's done the floor downstairs, because I've got a slate floor downstairs, which I had put in a few years ago. Oh, never again, I tell you. Don't have the mess when they came to when the man came to do that slate floor, because he would have to cut up the slate tiles on this special machine. And you've never seen so much mess in all your life. Anyway, that slate floor is supposed to be... I mean, you mop it as usual, say once every... Well, it's probably supposed to be once a day. More in my case, once every couple of months. So you do mop it like that. But once a year, I believe, or once every 6 months, you're supposed to get this special cleaning stuff and clean it. And also, then when the floor has been thoroughly cleaned, probably a couple of times, then you put this stuff on it to kind of seal it, I think it is, and it's all shiny. And Stacey's done that. Just a minute, I've got to play one of these because I haven't played one of these yet today, have I? Hang on 1 second, here we go.
Across the UK and across the world. From the Mirrorball studio in Royal Berkshire, this is Chris Reardon.
All right, that's better. And that's what you're supposed to do to the floor. Well, I'll be honest, since the floor's been down about 10 years, it's only been properly cleaned and sealed once. Oh, it's a lot of effort. I was going to call someone out, actually, but Stacey has very kindly done that. We went down to one of the DIY places. I think it was Vicks or Sainsbury's Home Base, one of those two. And we got the tile cleaner and sealant stuff there. I think it was about £20 altogether. About $40 we paid for all that. And she's done it all herself, and it's looking fabulous down there with the shiny. I'm not sure. Stacey, did you just put on 1 or 2 coats of that stuff? Oh, what, 3 of the shiny? Okay, yeah, she's actually put 3 coats of that shiny stuff down, and it looks really good, and it looks so much better now, because before it was a little bit dull. And you put this stuff on and it seals it and it makes it nice and shiny and pretty. So there we are. So it's lovely. Not only that, she's cleaned the kitchen from top to bottom. She has. The other day, I walked in the other day and she was... Oh, hang on, something's jumping around on my computer here. Can you... Let me just turn something off there. Hopefully that'll make a difference. Why is that computer jumping? Oh. Is it all right? Fingers crossed. Is it all right? Is it all right? Yeah. I'm sure it is. There we are. Sorry, I don't know what was going on there. The computer was flashing away next to me. And I kind of, as you know, this programme is reliant on computers. If I didn't have the computer, I wouldn't be able to speak to you. And when it starts doing strange things like that, I do start panicking that something's going hideously wrong. In fact, I'm looking at a little picture of me next to me as well at the moment. And I don't know if I've got a problem or not. We might have gone out of synchronisation there with the picture, but it doesn't matter so much. The radio side of this is much more important to me, as you know. And where were we? Oh yeah, and she's cleaned the bathroom. Yeah, I mean it wasn't filthy dirty, but you know where the shower screen is? Because I've got a glass shower screen. Just a minute. A glass. It's quite a large shower I've got. You could get, you could get 4 people in there. Well, I wish I could. You know, I wish 4 people would come round and have a shower with me, but I can't get them round here. I try. I do try. So she cleaned all that and it's spotless. Absolutely spotless. It really is. So they've done that. Not only that, but as I say, they've been here 6 days. They came last Sunday and they're going back this Sunday. And they came round specifically to do a little bit of decorating for me. And they've already done the spare room, which is where this studio, at some point, I want to move it into the larger spare room. And they've done it in like a kind of appley green colour. Ever so nice. He's done all the woodwork and the ceiling. It looks so much better. It really does. What I had in there before was that dreadful bumpy paper, like the embossed stuff. Now, they were lucky in that room because it came off the wall ever so easy. They didn't need a steamer or anything like that. So that's good news. And they're, at the moment, working on, not at this moment, but they will be, when I go to work tonight, they'll be working on my other room, which is my bedroom. They've already half done it. They've already done the wallpaper stripping, but it was a lot harder in that room, unfortunately, to strip the walls. The paper seems to have attached itself more to the wall. So we went out yesterday, because I'd already tried to do it. We went out yesterday to get one of those steamers. Now, first of all, we went to the hire shop, and which I thought that's where you went to get these things. So we bought this machine out, and to hire the machine was £17. Well, Gary pointed out that to buy a whole new one, they bought one a while ago, which has gone wrong. That's why we went to... He did bring it with him, but unfortunately, it was, for some reason, it's not boiling the water anymore, so that's gone wrong. So that's why we went to hire one. They were, of course, going to use it in the other room, but they didn't need to, as the wallpaper came off the wall so easily. So we went to the hire shop. It was £70. Gary said, well, a new one was £25. I said, well, do you want to... I'll buy you a new machine then, if you want. He said, yeah, might as well. So we left the hire shop until it was too expensive. That's ridiculous. How can you hire something for £17 when it's only £25 to buy one outright? It's mad, isn't it? So we went back down to the DIY place and we bought a new one for... How much was that steamer? Oh, I think they're downstairs. I think it was £22 or £22, something like that. It was a brand new one. Now, of course, it wasn't, it wasn't an industrial one. It didn't look anything like the one we were going to buy, but for £25, so they've used that in the room next door last night, and they've got all the paper off. And in that room, I'm having... One wall is white, which they've already done. There's the window at the front, yes, the back wall, then there's 2 side walls. So the back wall, which is facing the window, they've done that white, so see, it reflects the light back into the room. And the 2 side walls, we're doing like a tomato red colour. So that'd be quite nice. I've got green carpet in there. And that's it, really. I don't like anything fancy. Just nice flat walls. And again, I had that dreadful embossed wallpaper in the room next door, but that was a lot harder to get off, which is why we bought the steamer. But he's managed to do it, and he's already done all the woodwork, and it's all very nice. The only thing is, last night, of course, because he'd done the woodwork and he was using that gloss paint, when I went to sleep in there, when I got in this morning, mind you, I got in so I get in so late, don't get to bed on Saturday morning till about 7 o'clock. So I went in there and I did have to leave the windows open. It was a blooming cold night last night because we've got some, as I said to you in the last few shows, we've had some lovely weather here recently. Really lovely weather. Today it's been beautiful and sunny all day long. Oh, it's lovely. Really is. So that's it. So that's nearly finished, and they'll finish that probably tonight while I'm at work, and then they go home tomorrow. And, well, you know, they have to go home, I suppose, don't they? I don't want them to go home. It's fantastic. Fantastic having members of family in the house with you, but there you go. You know, these things happen, don't they? So they have to go home. I'm so grateful for them doing it. All right? So, and you've met them as well now. Did you enjoy that? Have a little listen to my dear nephew and his girlfriend there. What was I saying before they came in the room? Oh, yes, we got the new little camera here. It's an MSI Starcam, if you want to have a look. Funny looking thing, but the difference is on this little webcam, because it still is only a webcam, the lens is glass. So I think you'll find the picture a lot more sharper, although I did notice on looking at it earlier, the colour doesn't seem to be as good as with the other one. So, you know, it's like, you know, 6 of one, half dozen of the other, really, isn't it? I will still be working on the other camera, which I've managed to got working with the other computer fine. Now, as eventually I want to move all the video stuff over onto the other computer, I think I'll probably just leave the setup as it is now, because it's pointless me trying to get it working on this computer, which it wouldn't do. Now, I did write to the webcam manufacturers, and they said it sounded to them that, like, it hadn't installed properly, so I would have to uninstall it and then reinstall it. But I haven't bothered to do that as it's going to go on the other cards, all right? On the other computer, rather. Okay, now, if you're very observant, of course, and I have to tell you, I have had my hair cut this week, and I'm quite pleased about that, actually. Very strange woman, though. They've got a new... I won't tell you where it is, but the hairdresser I go to... I've been going there for years and years. Her name's Tracy, the lady who owns the hairdresser. Oh, she's lovely. Get on with her like a house on fire. Anyway, I mean, I assume she's good to work for, but she does seem to get through quite a few stylists. Do you remember that young lad who used to cut it? Well, he's gone now. And the girl who used to cut it before him, she's gone as well. So now they've got this other lady in there. Now, she just seems to be quite... What's that smell? What's that smell? That's a lovely smell. What is it? Is it dewberries? It's what? Oh, can I have a look at that? That doesn't half smell nice. Oh, it's a lovely smell. Is it coming out? Is it coming out of the shower? Is it?
Yeah.
What a lovely smell. Where'd you get this from? Is that from the from place Showing goes to?
Lush. Tracy got me that for Christmas.
Oh.
In a gift set.
It's like bubblegum, isn't it? It's.
Yeah.
That is the beautiful smell. Lush Snow Fairy.
You can order. You can only get that one at,
on the internet.
Christmas. That particular one. They only do it at Christmas.
Oh. I wish you could smell this. It's lovely. Lush Snow Fairy. There it is. Look. Oh, I might have a look at that on eBay. Let me just write that down. Lush. And it's shower gel.
Yeah.
Where'd she get it from?
From there's a shop in Lincoln.
Yeah.
And you can also order it over the internet on their website.
I'll have a look on eBay.
I don't know if they'll do it now, because they only normally do that one at Christmas.
Oh, I'll have a look, my darling. What have you got on there, coming in the room half naked like that young lady? Lady Godiva, honestly. You don't... I bet you never heard of Lady Godiva, have you?
No.
Oh, that's a few years ago, isn't it? Right, shall we do these... what were we talking about then? I've said to you about the webcam and all that, haven't I? Were we going on about something else then? Oh, I don't know. What was it now? Do you remember? No, I can't remember. Anyway, so it's a little MSI Star Cam I'm using now, and the picture quality is a lot better, so I hope that's improved it for you a little bit there, okay? Now, let's do some emails. The birthday celebrations do, of course, go on and on here in the Reardon household, and thank you very much to Sheila for her MSN greetings card. Thank you, my darling, for AmericanGreetings.com. Thank you, Sheila. It's very kind of you to bother to send a little card like that to me. Hi to Amy. Look, it's our little friend Amy, the teacher. Amy, the teacher, says, hi, Chris. The weather here is nasty. Snow, cold and grey. I hate it. I hate it so much. I do not like cold weather. You know that, Amy. I just went and made some hot tea and put your show on. Joe and I listened last night, but I thought I would pull you up on YouTube. Just wanted to say thanks, and you brighten my day. It's fun to get to watch, and laughter is medicine for the soul. Hope your nose is better soon. Have a wonderful day. Amy, that's Joe's wife in Tennessee. Yeah, thank you, Amy. Hang on, Amy, Joe's wife in Tennessee. Oh, Amy, yes, I confused you, Amy. Sorry, Amy, I've confused you, haven't I, my darling? Because we have two Amys. Well, we've probably got more than two. Only two Amys write to me. There's Amy, Joe's wife, okay? And there's also Amy, the teacher, daughter of Gloria and Bruce. See, I remember these things. It's all up here, don't worry. Haven't got to write it all down. Yes. Laughter is the medicine for the soul. And as for the nose, it's not so much a sore nose. Joy, my friend in Acton, says to me quite, oh, have you got a cold? No, not at all. It's my sinuses. It's up here, and they get blocked up, and it's just horrendous. I've got that other stuff. I think I've put it downstairs. Actually, you know, I use that Vicks sparingly, because I'm never quite sure, you know, all these people, they take pills for everything, don't they? Headaches, stomachache, whatever they got wrong, they take another pill. No, I'm not convinced that's a good thing. I'm really not. So if I use something medical, then I try and use it sparingly, and the Vicks stuff is medical. Now, I did say on a previous show that the lady in the chemist told me that you shouldn't use it all the time because it damages the inside of your nose. So that kind of worried me a bit. Then I thought, well, you know, surely they wouldn't sell this stuff if it was damaging your nose, would they? I don't know, so I do use it sparingly. But, Amy, it does actually work quite well. Now, I had a bit of a blocked-up nose earlier. And, in all honesty, I had, you know, couple of the sprays of this stuff up the nose, because it's like a spray. It's reasonably new this day. My dad used to have it, and when my dad had it, it was more like a long cylindrical thing. You used to shove it up, you know, and you sniff hard. With this one, you push the bottom of the bottle, and it just sends a very, very small, fine mist up. And literally, within minutes, your nose is clear, and one can breathe more easily again. Isn't it marvellous? It really is. So, yeah, that's all it is, really, Amy. Actually, today, it's a lot better. You may have noticed I've barely cleared my throat or sniffed once today. And when I have, you know, I've always... Oh, I've moved something. Sorry, did you move then? Beg your pardon. I've got my cough button here. When I have a sniff... If, you know, those of you watching this, when I have a sniff, you can see me sniff, but you can't hear. Of course, if you're on the radio, you won't even know, will you, that I've had a sniff like this. See? You didn't know that, did you? Thank you. Right, let's go to... let me get these in date order for you. Just 1 second, my darlings. OK, date order. Yep, it's Mike Cullen. Hello, Mike. My word, it's a long time since we've heard from you. Mike is in the north-east of the UK. Is it Tyne? I think you're in Tyneside, up there somewhere, aren't you? And it was getting a bit dark in here. Should I turn the light on? Just a minute, let me turn my light on. Or should I say an additional light? Has that made any difference? Probably none at all. Oh, that's better. There we are. Sorry, it was getting a bit dark in here then. I have lights, so I don't always turn all the lights on. It depends. Sometimes it's quite nice to sit here under just a spot lamp. It's quite pleasant. I used to do that. I did an overnight radio show in London on a station called Liberty Radio. back in 1999, 2000, and I would be there between 2 and 6:30 in the morning. And at the beginning of the night, say 2 o'clock, I'd turn the guy before me, Dave Cash. When he went home, I'd then turn all the lights off rather, and just have a spotlight on. But that show was more music rather than chat, and I find that quite nice. And then as the daylight was coming on, it was amazing sight actually. And this radio station was opposite on the opposite side of the road as the world famous department store Harrods, and the station, and of course Harrods at the time, was run by Mohammed Al Fayed, who I never met. I mean, what a character! I'd love to meet him. What a character! I think he's great. I really do. I think he's great. Anyway, he sold the radio station, but while he owned it, that's when I worked there doing the overnight show. And in the morning, and not many people will have seen this site, in the morning I would be sitting there looking out of the window, and there would be just me in this great big building. There would be no one else in there. It's a bit scary, really, isn't it, when you think about it? Great big building right in the heart of Knightsbridge, and there I was sitting on the top floor, and I would literally watch the sun come up over Harrods and all the flags on the roof. It's an amazing sight. Absolutely amazing sight, and I really enjoyed doing that show, the one on Liberty Radio. That was my kind of first proper radio thing. Yeah, fantastic that was. Anyway, let's go to this. Mike here from the good old Northeast. He says, I'd like to share some comments you made on the way radio is going at the moment. You're absolutely right, he says. It's turning into a business and is failing to meet the needs of the listener, which is indeed being a friend to the listener. Now, I've always said this. Now, I'm not so sure what you say there, Mike. You say turning into a business. A lot of it already is, unfortunately. Especially a lot of the independent stations. Not all of them, but certainly only the ones I can pick up round here, they're all businesses, and it's obvious. It's obvious they're businesses. As for radio needing to be a friend, well, you see, it depends, Mike. That is how I feel about it, and that is how you feel about it. And plenty of other people. A lot of people I know feel that radio, it used to be and should still be a friend at the other end of the line. Right? But people have come in and are convinced that radio should be just music pumping out 24 hours a day. And I've said time and time again, well, why don't people just go and buy a CD then? You know, to me, radio should be about entertaining people, not just with endless amounts of music, but with a bit of chat as well. And, of course, there's all the little niches, like the chat stations. There's the soul stations. I like BBC because when you tend to check out a BBC local station, you will get a very large variety of stuff from a large variety of personalities, all doing their own thing. When you listen to a lot of independent local radio stations, you get almost robots who all sound the same. Doesn't matter what time of day you turn on. It may be a man, woman, some old, some young, but basically they're all saying the same thing. And that to me is just awful. Awful. But that's how it is now, Mike, and I don't think anyone can stop it. Interestingly, though, it is interesting how one of the BBC national stations has more listeners than all the others. Of course, you know, a lot of these people would say, oh, well, yeah, but it's a big station, this, that and the other. Well, you know, someone must like the personalities. Isn't it? What is the point of having people like Terry Wogan and Tony Blackburn, people like that? What is the point of having people like that and then not allowing them to talk? Well, of course, they can because they're on the right stations. But if they were on independent local stations, I have a feeling you'd have some programme director popping his head round the door every 5 minutes and saying, can you shut up and play the music? I know a couple of my friends who will remain nameless. Don't worry, lads. I won't out you now. I won't out you. A couple of my friends who have worked, or indeed do work on independent local radio stations, are really so disillusioned by the whole thing because people keep saying, "Oh, can you shut up and play the music?" You know, these people who are in charge are so full of self-importance, it's unbelievable. But they are only there to make a profit. I suppose they would say, yeah, but when we just play music, the amount of listeners go up. Well, yeah, does that make it right? Does that make it right? Mike says, I was really moved to know that your oldest listener was Joy, a keen listener, and that you sent her DVDs of the show. Well, yes and no. There is, since, another email. Someone who is older than Joy. And I shall read that in a second. Oh, are we running out of time here? No, we're doing all right, aren't we? Yeah, there we are. He says, I think a backdrop is a great idea for Chris Reardon United Kingdom Talk. C-R-U-K-T. That's a new thing. C-R-U-K-T. A backdrop like behind me for the YouTube videos. Pity you couldn't green screen it and have moving images in the background of Berkshire. Oh, I wouldn't know how to do that. It's a little bit beyond me, that one. Little bit at a time, please, Mike. Interestingly, my friend Justin, who I've been doing the quiz nights for. I'm having a bit of a break from the quiz nights at the moment. I need a bit of time to myself. He was saying, because I mentioned to him, how about a backdrop? He says, no, he doesn't agree at all. What he thinks we should have is kind of as it is now, with equipment and perhaps lights flashing in the background to show you that all the stuff is doing something. But you don't really need to see all that, do you? I tell you what I'd like behind me is a picture of the window that's actually in front of me at the moment, because outside the window in front of me is just all trees. And it's lovely seeing them move around in the wind and the different types of weather, of course, outside. I'd like the window behind me, but that's not possible. I have tried it, but what seems to happen is that when the camera's on you and then the window's behind you, if it's like daylight, it doesn't work. And because it's brighter than you are, if you see what I mean. Unless you could put I suppose you could put a light on your face. Would that work? But we're getting very technical. And then at night time, well, it's pointless anyway because you can't see anything unless you floodlight all the trees at the back. And I don't suppose the neighbours would be pleased about that. Mike says, how people can talk to people the way they do sometimes, like you were mentioning, very nastily. I had an 18-month relationship like that with a girl like that, and we finally said our goodbyes and went our separate ways, which I must admit does hurt really badly, especially when I've grown so close to the kids as well. Oh, she had children, did she? Okay. But I guess some things have to be this way. I just hope the kids don't forget me. Yes, it's... Oh, yeah, it's difficult, that. Yeah, you know, sometimes, Mike, that's hard, you know, especially if you've really liked someone and you split up because of the bad things. But after a while, you forget the bad things, don't you? And you can only remember good things. The secret there is to try and remember the bad things as well, I'm afraid. That's how I've got over a few people. He says, much respect and kind regards and happy belated birthday. Looking fantastic for 45. Thank you, Mike. It's very kind of you to say so, sir. Mike from the northeast. Nice to hear from you. Have you been with us all the time and just not emailed? You naughty thing. Now, let's have a look. Ah, look, it's Anonymous. Now, on the subject of who is our oldest listener, Joy, I think you're about to be... Oh, what's the word? Trounced? Trumped? Oh, I don't know what the word is now. Beaten. I think you're about to be beaten. Although not literally, Joy. I mean, I have no intention to come round in beating you. Promisely. Some people pay money for that. Oh, it doesn't matter. Hello, Chris. My mum has heard a few... I haven't given out the email address today, have I? I've just realised that. If you want to join into the show, any comments at all, it's always great to hear from you. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, all right? chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, Anonymous Wayne says, hello, Chris. My mum has heard a few of your programmes and announced to me that young man is full of himself. What does she mean by that? What does she mean by that? Does this make her ineligible for the oldest listener at 88 this June. No, of course not. Of course not. Not to worry, as she delights in making comments about TV presenters' hair, makeup, clothing, and increasing age lines. What are you saying? Hang on. Oh my God! I've just noticed, because this camera's better than the other lot, you can actually see the lines. Hang on. Closer. Hang on. I'll get closer. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I don't think we'll be going high definition. Good God. Her comments remind me of a tea that my dad's mum used to drink. The tea was called Constant Comment. May I be listed in your community as Mr. Fix-It, consultant to the stars. Bye for now, from Anonymous. Yes, you certainly can. So Anonymous is Mr. Fix-It. And of course we had Joy, Chief Marmalade Maker. All right, we are trying to build up a community of here on United Kingdom Talk of people that you know, we might all get together at some point and buy a town or a small city, something like that, all moving together, and we'll never have to buy or ask anyone to do anything else, because we've built our own community. So if you want to join the community, tell me what you can offer, what you can bring to the community. All right? And we'll add you to the list. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. And I think it's just about time to go now. There was a nice email from Suko about, especially for Judy, which I'm going to read out on the next show. Judy, who's, of course, recently lost her mum, Alice. I'm going to go now. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is the email address. Thank you very much for joining us today. See you on the next show. Bye-bye.